mangwanani mhuri yezimbabwe kumativi enyika kwese kwamuri. Indonzi Robert. My full name is Robert Tawanda Majekwana. I'm just coming to view out my views and to give other people information as what's happening. Information that we do not have as Zimbabweans who are in South Africa and Zimbabweans who are in Zimbabwe and Botswana or whatever country that you are in as a Zimbabwean, and you have been trying to embark on the journey to go to UK since the 2 choir visas were announced and when they were taking my care workers to UK. And as they always say, kuti chisingaperi chinoshura and kupedzesera kwayo shiri inozongofa. What I'm trying to say is kubvira pakavhurwa those visas, the care visas in UK, Zimbabweans have been flocking into UK on a daily basis. Okay. And because of that, there are other fellow Zimbabweans and other fellow Africans and other fellow Asians, but in most cases, it's our own fellow Zimbabweans who are defrauding other Zimbabweans or who are trying to defraud my Zimbabweans. In which way? In a COS way, and in a lot of ways as well. There are no COSs that have been approved at the present moment, except, and do not get me wrong, except if you have applied directly to a company that's in the UK and that company is willing to sponsor, then you'll get a COS. But in terms of recruiters, agents, recruiters that we've been recruiting all these years, and I know a lot of people, they went to UK through recruiters because recruiters then would have their own money that they'll be getting. You'll be going to work to UK, but there's a certain percentage that they'll be getting on a monthly basis for certain years that you would have signed a contract for, to say for this coming 3 years or 5 years, I'll be working for this company under this agents, then I'll be paying, like, let's say for argument's sake, like £300 a month, deducted from salary, because they got you a job and they helped you to migrate into UK. Okay, so that was the easiest way. But that easiest way is no longer there. Since Zimbabwe was red flagged, no agent is allowed to recruit anyone from Zimbabwe. So you have to apply directly from the employer. And a lot of them, they are not willing to take someone who's outside UK. So if you go on Inido or if you go on to Linkade, if you look for care work with visa sponsorship, you only find a few of those ones. And the rest, if you go in and try to apply, they'll ask you a question that say, are you able to work in UK? Do you have the permit, or do you have EU what to work in UK? Then if you say no, automatically when you finish and you send your email, automatically you get an automated response that says, unfortunately, we are unable to proceed with your applications because we're not offering tier 2 visas at the present moment. Okay, or we're not recruiting internationally. So those are the emails that are coming through. Then the other thing is, I've noticed that because I'm in so many groups. I'm in so many groups of UK for people who want to go to UK. And what I've discovered in these groups is, the first problem that I've discovered is, as Zimbabweans, we've become so lazy, or it's because tinenge tisina much more information, tesina research as to where and what should we do in order to apply for a job in UK and get a job in UK and go to UK. Saka, and it's a nature of us as Zimbabweans that um uh, lazy. We are hard workers, but somewhere somehow we've becoming lazy. You want links and tikuda kanzira kekungobhadhara bhadhara kekungotonyora tonyora kuti zvedu zvifambe. So the first issue is the links that we are using to apply. Guys, links amuri kuwana mugroup. I'm not saying you won't get a link that's going to help you, but 99.95 chances are those links are not going to help you anyway. Why am I saying this? If you get links from the group, you copy and paste them on your notepad. Go to another group. Go through that group. The same links that you got from another group, they are there. Go into 50 groups. You'll find that all those links are in those groups. So those are only, let's say, 10 groups that you're in. And you find with my links, link ascend forward osema group. So how many groups are there in UK? With the very same links are go forward, achingo circulator. And the most problematic problem that we have is my links iwawo akasendwa nhasi, you can find it after 3 days arepeatwa futi adzoka futi. And what I experienced is because I was also applying for my sister, and because I've got access to the internet anytime, and sometimes I've got free time on my hands, I'll do applications, and I'll do like 30 to 40 applications on a day, okay, using her email because I've got her email logins. And when I go onto her email, when checking the responses, and one on an everyday, most of them you find you get an automated response that's saying that those emails, they don't respect, they don't they're not there, they don't exist, the email could not be found. Then it does not mean that email was not there. In some cases, the email yaito exists, but because of us Zimbabwean, we have been sending a lot of emails into those emails, they decided to disable those emails and deactivate and create new emails, because avachakwanisa kusenza, even their emails are imported avanofana kuona avachamaona, because I'm sending an application and another 1,000 people are sending an application because of these links, email addresses atinongoona magroup ari kucirculate. So just imagine if you are a recruiter and you're getting about 1,000 emails with CVs, even at a time that you're not recruiting, because as Zimbabwean, we are just now sending anytime, you're not even checking or doing a research if that particular company is recruiting at that moment, but we're just sending. So they deactivated it. Then the other problem again is the people who are opening the groups. Those people, some of them, they have their own things that they need to achieve when they open those groups, and we need to understand. Some they're opening groups because they're in business. Vamwe ndo vari kuita ma-CVs, vamwe ndo vari kuita ma-references, vamwe ndo vari kuita ma-police clearance and all those stuff. Those people, they are there to advertise, and they're always advertising 24/7 because vari kungoda mari dzenyu kuti vakuitirei mapepa iwawo. You find 100 people who are advertising CVs in one group, who will be going against each other to say, wakaitirwa nhasi ndakaitirwa CV with a particular person and pay a certain amount. That same CV that I paid money, that was done with the same person, arim group mom. If I forward it to another person who's doing CVs, arim group mom again, they will tell me that CV, I sense shit, that's a shit CV. That person didn't know how to do it. You pay, they do again. If you take that second one and give it to another one, that other guy, that other person will tell you, no, that's not the UK CV. No, it's done this in this format. Pay, then we'll do. So those people, they're looking for money. Vanhu vanokwanisa kuti no, this guy haanopenga, he's only there to discourage. Toda kuti vanhu vatipe ma-words of encouragement, vasati discourage, vasati dzikisire, you are putting our spirit down. But that's the truth, guys. That's the truth. That is what's happening. Especially if you want to go to UK, go into the internet, create a LinkedIn account, LinkedIn account, create a Inido account. Those uh, places which are there on the internet for you to apply directly to the employer. Yes, you can get employed, you can get sponsored, you can go. Like if you meet the requirements, that's the first thing. If you meet the requirements, the experience that they want, the documents that they want, the degrees that they want, whatever they want, if you meet them and you have applied and they were happy with your interview, you are going to UK and you're going to be successful, because chinenge chiitika that you have been employed nemunhu straight. Whatever you were promised, it's whatever you're gonna get when you get there. Then that's good. But this thing yema agent, I say kusisina. So if you get an agent that say paying money to what muruda kudyirwa mari dzenyu, hama dzadiwa, regedzai. Tatambura zviri nani tinochengeta nguruve kumusha kana kunochengeta huku nemari iyo yatinoita sei kupa vanhu, because they're only there kuti vadye mari dzedu. So magroups, yes, you can get information yauri kudo nevamwe vanenge vakaita manhingikini vanenge vakaita go through that process, but don't just take any information. And the other thing, don't buy macos ekutenga. Macos ekutenga, they are now giving a big problem and a lot of problems. Kuri vari kwanongoti aiwa tozozvona tako, wediwe musazviite, siyanai nazvo kuti hanzi tozozvona tako. I've got a relative that came back from UK recently. Akangonogarowo kuUK for the past 3 months. That person anotaura nezvake atori nevhisa remultiple respousal, because the husband went there a long time ago. Then papers took time until azobuda munhu akaenda kuUK this year. Vakanogarako, but the stories that I was told by her, atitaure kuti stories that I heard from people that I don't know, or stories that I heard on a voice note on a group, or munhu wandakanzwa achitaura. No, I'm talking about someone who's close to me, someone who was working here, earning a lot of money, then said, UK has greener pastures, it's better than this side, let me go that side. That very somebody is back in SA again after 3 months, due to the problems that they went through in UK, specifically accommodation. She lived one place until vachingodzingwa, because UK is very tricky. Hazviitwe zvemuno zvemujoni zvokuti waona kafull house kako kawaona wakutounza ako mhuri yako yese yekumusha kwenyu, watounza ngundu yese, watounza checheche, watounzwa mvuma yese, watounza yagara pamba pako. Mujoni unozviti hazvina basa. UK neighbor chaikutongona face inenge ichingobuda for more than a week apa ichingobuda, you are no longer a visitor. Vakutoripota, and vachiripota landlord anoita kuti lisi yako aizotaura kuti yo, you've got an extra person, vanobva tongokuti same time find another place. So they were kicked from one place to the other. She even went and stayed with the husband. The problem, because the husband had gone for a long time, and you know zvinoitika kana varume makaenda kunze kwenyika for a long time. He later on got someone wokuUK kokurarama naye, did a traditional marriage, but now the actual wife was there. The actual wife now came because sponsorship, visa, spousal visa and everything was okay. Vakazoti okay, since mudzimai ari kungokwana sisi vacho, kwana tete vacho vari kungodzingwa, akangonogara kodzingwa, ngacho aigare kweke two wives and one husband, but still vakadzingwawo futi neivavo, until she said no, now it's like I'm destitute, I don't have a place to stay. And now she's working, but whatever she was, the job that she was doing, okay, but the hours were not enough, and the days in a week are not enough. 3 days, 2 days, the money that she was getting, she could not even pay rent on her own. And the husband at the very same time cannot help her to pay another half of her rent. Then she pays half of the rent because the husband also need to pay rent where he's staying with the other wife. And what happens, the truth in UK, in order for you to stay and sustain yourself, the husband should be working in UK, and the wife should be working in UK for you to be able to sustain yourself. Saka, that's a problem. So guys, I think we need to do our research. If we are going to UK, mabasa atiri kuwana ngatimawane through the employer, and let's get proper COSs, let's get proper contracts tosaida toza tiri kunosenzera how much per hour and how many hours per week. Toziva mari yatiri kunotambira, you multiply. It's very simple. When you apply for a job, you see it says 11 rand 30 per hour. It's the employer is saying what we're offering you 40 or 20 hours a week. Multiply that 11 pounds, I mean to say, and the hours that you're working a day, and those days you are working in a week, it gives you the total. If they say they're gonna pay you weekly or fortnight, you know which fortnight yangu ndikuwana mari yakadai. In a month ndichazonge nchiwana mari yakadai. So when you actually go to UK, you know what I'm gonna be getting 2,500 pounds. Then you do your research, you go there onto the UK on your internet to search for accommodation around the place that you have applied and got a job in. Because this is the place that you're gonna be working. The position is in this area. So you Google for that area and search the rents and see what my rents ako akamira. Say you do your research. Satatombokwira ndege kwenda wakutoziva kuti rent yangu iri pamwedzi ndichasvika angu ndapiwa 3 months dzemahara, but after 3 months dzapera rent inoenda kuzoibhadhara mari. Wotarisawo mafood catalogs awo uchiona kuti chikafu chakambomira sei, macost acho wochicalculata kuti okay, inini kana ndiri kuona kuti apa pamacatalog vane 1 rice yeshuga 1 kg shuga yavo ikuita mari yakadai, rice yaita mari yakadai, saka inini pamwedzi kana ndiri wandoda zvakadai zvakadai, kura ndichida 400 pula plus 400 pounds plus 400 900 yerent. Uchiona okay, pa 2300 or 2.5 yandiri nayo ndosarawo ndiri kasiyo yose yekutenga because tazara nzira kuuk. Saka guys, zveuk zvapera, ngatitsvagei dzimwe nyika tiendi.